Hi, guys. Very good evening. We are still 3 minutes from 5 p.m. and we start dot on time, never a minute late and never a minute early. So we have 3 minutes. If you have any doubt from the last class, this is the best time to share it. Because today, while it's going to be a lot of fun, it's also going to be a lot of serious programming. So the last session was about understanding what programming is, what benefits are, and just taking the first step. By the end of day today, I assure parents of at least younger children, of those with grade 3rd, 4th, and 5th, your children are going to surprise you. And after the next session, which is going to be tomorrow, I promise all the parents here, even if your child is in 9th or 10th grade, your child is going to make you proud. And that will only be the third day. And that will only be the third day. So we are still 2 minutes. If you have any doubt, you tried something, it didn't work, you tried something, it worked, this is the right time to share it. Hello, Vaibhav. Hello, Charan. Hello, Vishwajit. So we will also do a small technology check, which we always do before any class. If you can hear me and if you can see me. If you can see me and hear me, just type all okay. Type all okay if you can see me and if you can hear me. Good evening, Karav. Okay, great, great, great. Welcome, Pranav. Okay, so still one more minute, and then, so today we will just hit the nail on the head. So we are starting with the day. We are starting with the day. So people who have just come into the classroom, welcome. It is 5 and we are starting. And by end of today's session, which will be a 30-35 minute session, your children would have taken a giant leap forward in what is called programming. So let's start. So everybody, be at this screen. Be at this screen. If you are struggling, then I'll repeat again. Go to Google, type Scratch, and go to the first link, which is scratch.mit.edu. Go to the first link, which is scratch.mit.edu. Go to the first screen, which is scratch.mit.edu. It will look like this: a blank screen with a cat in it. A blank screen with a cat in it. Okay. So now let's get familiar with this environment. This environment is where we are going to do programming for next week or 10 days or 2 weeks, whatever time we are together. So this is where we are going to do programming. So it's very important that we are extremely familiar with what this is. So let's understand it. This cat is what is called sprite. This cat is what is called sprite in Scratch. So this sprite has many elements to it. What is its name? Its name is sprite1. You can also change it. Say change it to cat. So its name is sprite1. I have changed it to cat. You can also do it. Then there is a size. It has a default size which is 100. We can increase this size. Let's increase it. Let's make it 200. It has become double its size. We can again make it 100. We can again make it 100. It has direction, which is 90. If we want to flip it, we will we will make it say minus 90. So students who have understood circle, a circle is 360 degrees. The default direction of anything, any sprite is 90 degrees. We can make it 180 degrees. We can also make it 0 degrees, or we can make it minus 90 degree, in which case it will be flipped. Or we can make it 90 degrees, in which case it will stand straight. So we can play with its size. We can play with its direction. We can also play with its X and Y location. So what does X and Y mean? X is the horizontal part. So if I make X 50, it goes forward. I'll again make it 0. Now if I make it minus 50, it will go backward. So if I increase X, it goes forward. If I decrease X, it goes backward. So if I make it minus 100, it will go even more backward. So this is about X. Y is the vertical stretch. Y is the vertical stretch. With Y, I take it up or down. With Y, I take it up or down. How? Let me show you in a moment. With Y, I take it up or down. So I can make it by 100, it will go up. I can make Y minus 100 and it will go down. And I'll now make it 0. So if you have been able to play around with cat, so in last 2 minutes what we did, so in last 2 minutes, and I will repeat it. So everything we do it twice. Everything we do it at least twice. And after doing that twice, we again will share that YouTube video with you, so that anything that you have missed, you are able to follow through. So I'm starting from 0 again. This environment is the Scratch environment. This cat is one of the many sprites. This cat is one of the many sprites. There are many more sprites. We will play with them today. But let's learn some of the fundamentals with cat itself. So it has an x-axis, it has a y-axis, it has a size, and it has a direction. Now let's start playing with the size. So default size is 100. We can reduce it. If we make it 50, cat will be half of what it is. Let's make it 50. Do it. You also do it. I'll wait for 10 seconds after doing anything. Make it 50. After you have made it 50, again make it 100. I'm waiting for 5 seconds here. Done. Now let's come to direction. So default direction is 90 degrees. Default direction is 90 degrees. Now this is like a circle which has 360 degrees. You can change direction. You can make it minus 90. It will be flipped. You can make it 180. Or you can make it 0. Or you can make it any other, say 120. So just change this direction to any direction and bring it back to 90. 90 means standing straight. 90 means standing straight. So play around with direction. I'm waiting for 10 seconds here while you play around with your new friend. So by now you have fiddled with the size, you have fiddled with the direction. Now we will do with X and Y. So parents, X and Y is something which your child will learn when in mathematics, when he or she will go to class 6th or 7th in geometry. Let me assure you, in today's session and tomorrow's session, your child will be, even if he is in grade 3rd, will be more comfortable than a 6th grade child in basic geometry, which is understanding x-axis, y-axis, what is called Euclid's plane. By the time you are done with this program, the Scratch programming curriculum, your child will start thinking in terms of numbers. They will look at every problem in terms of numbers. That is what programming teaches you, thinking logically and thinking in numbers. Now let's play with x and y. So x is the horizontal axis. This is x-axis. This is y. Y is vertical axis. Let's play with x. Let's change x to 50. It has gone ahead. Let's change it to 100. It has further moved ahead. Now let's bring it back. Change it to minus 100. It has come back. Now let's change y. Let's change y to 100. It has moved up. Now let's change y to minus 100 and it has moved down. Now, if you have done these four things, and I'm waiting for 30 seconds here. If you have done these four things, which is played with the size, played with the direction, played with x and played with y, and understood it. Type played, P-L-A-Y-E-D. Type played. And then only we move forward. If you type played is when we move forward. I'm waiting for 30 seconds now. So great, Seher, you have done SIFT. Excellent SIFT. Vedanshi ji, great. Charan, great. Okay, Charan, you played. Jia, great. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Wow. So now we have gotten familiar with what is called the basic canvas of Scratch. The basic canvas of Scratch, we can again reset it to 0. This is the basic canvas of Scratch. Now let's understand this panel here. And this is where we will be, this is what we will be fiddling with for the rest of our time. What is this panel on the left say? Motion, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my block. And under it, there is a small thing which says add extension. So this is mastering this panel is mastering programming. So anything related to motion, we click on first. Anything related to sound, we click on third. And we will explore them as we move forward. Now let's make our first program. What does the cat do in the first program? It moves forward 10 steps and makes a small noise and makes a meow noise. I think we did some of it yesterday. So what we do, we bring in the green flag. So it says when the green flag is clicked, this is where the green flag is. When the green flag is clicked, what do? You move 10 steps, go to motion, you move 10 steps and say meow and say meow. So Harsha ji, I will look at it separately. Absolutely, I would love to. Let me repeat again. So we have just begun. Let me repeat again. We go to controls, we go to events. We go to events and we say when green flag is clicked, this is the green flag. When green flag is clicked, do what? Move forward 10 steps. Move forward 10 steps and then go to sound and start sound of meow. And start sound of meow. So let's click on the green flag now. So this will be your first block of code. Move forward 10 steps and start meow. Now we write another block of code here. We write another block of code here. We go to looks and say hello. Now we will not say hello. Now there is something auspicious to it. Every person who does programming writes his first program as hello world. This is the first program written in C language by Dennis Ritchie Since then, every programmer writes the first program as hello world. So now cat will move forward, make a sound meow, and say hello world. We are following an international tradition here. Every programmer writes first program as hello world. So she moves forward, makes a meow sound, and says hello world. So this is your first program. If you have been able to do it, type hello world. Type hello world. And then we come to the next phase of fun. So we will be doing three things. We would have done one thing in motion, one thing in looks, and one thing in sound. And written hello world. So if you have written this code of program, just type hello world. Great. So that's my students saying hello world, the world of programming. Now let's make something which we can feel good about at the end of this day. Take this code leftwards, drop it, and make the slate blank. So you can click on file, click on new, or you can take this code, just drop it there. Just drop it leftwards. Now this is again blank screen. Now we'll be making our first independent program where we will make a ballerina dance in a concert. What we will do? We will make ballerina dance in a concert. How will we do it? Let's see. So we are starting from beginning. You can also go to file, click new, and the program will load from start. Go to file, click new. So this is where we are. Now we need two things to make ballerina dance in concert. We need two things. One, we need ballerina. So a cat dancing in concert doesn't look great. We need ballerina. And second, we need a setting of a concert. So the concert setting we have in the backdrop. Let me get it. Be with me. In the bottom right corner of your screen, there is written backdrop. In the bottom right corner of your screen is written backdrop. Click on it and come to this screen. Click on backdrop and come to this screen. And type here concert. And click on it. I will repeat again. In the bottom right corner of your screen is a button which has backdrop written on it. Click on this button and there are multiple backdrops for you to choose from. There is a backdrop called concert here. This is where it is. You can also go here and type CON. And there is concert. Click on concert and you have the backdrop ready. Similarly, just next to the backdrop, there is sprite. Like there it was written choose a backdrop. Here it is written choose a sprite. Click on choose a sprite and choose ballerina. Choose a sprite. I'll repeat again. Click on choose a sprite and choose ballerina. After that, click on cat and click on this trash button. Get rid of cat for the moment. If you have done these three things: chosen a backdrop, brought in ballerina, gotten rid of the cat. Just type SFSG. Just type SFSG and I will know that you have the basic elements in place. That you have the basic elements in place. Type SFSG. Okay, I will repeat. I will repeat. So this is where we were to begin with. Now we have to do three things. First, choose a backdrop. We go to bottom right corner, click on it and type concert. And we choose the concert. Then we have the concert as the backdrop. What do we do next? We choose the ballerina. We go to next to the bottom right corner. It is written choose a sprite. We click on it and we choose the ballerina. After we have chosen the ballerina, we click on the cat and we click on the trash button and get rid of the cat. So now we have gotten rid of the cat, we have ballerina and we have the backdrop ready. So now we are all ready to start the ballerina dance. Now how do we make ballerina dance? Now we will spend 5 minutes in understanding the concept called costumes. So now we will understand the concept called costumes. You click on the costumes, go to costumes. If you have selected ballerina here in the sprites, click on the costumes and you should be at this screen. So I'll do again. Click on ballerina. Go to costumes. Go to costumes. So every sprite has multiple looks. You can also create your own looks. So every sprite has multiple looks and ballerina has 4 looks. Cat has 2 looks. You can check them at the end of class. Ballerina has 4 different looks. Those looks are called costumes. So in sprite, different looks are called costumes. So this is ballerina A. Next costume is ballerina B. Next costume is ballerina C. And next costume is ballerina D. So there are 4 costumes of ballerina. Ballerina A, ballerina B, ballerina C and ballerina D. Every sprite has multiple costumes. You can also create costumes of your own, which is something we will discuss in a later class. So ballerina has 4 costumes. Now the question is, how will we make ballerina dance? We will make ballerina change those 4 costumes. I'll come to it. In the meantime, I'm taking a 10-second pause. You please go to the costumes and click on those costumes and check those costumes. I'm taking a 10-second pause here. So Ms. Roy, after getting the backdrop, you can go to choose a sprite. It is just next to the backdrop button. Choose a sprite and into the sprite, choose ballerina. Choose ballerina. So this is the button we are talking about. So I believe in the meantime, others have seen what costume means. Now, how do we make ballerina dance? How do we do that? We make her change her costumes. We make her change her costumes. And this is something very tricky. We will now learn a very important concept here. We go to events. When the green flag is clicked, events, when the green flag is clicked, go to looks and say next costume. When the green flag is clicked, ballerina will change to next costume. Ballerina will change to next costume. Now let's click on the green flag, and let's click on the green flag multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And ballerina is dancing. Click on the green flag multiple times. Every time you do that, ballerina changes her costume and it looks like she is dancing. So if you have been able to do it, just type dancing. Otherwise, I will repeat it again. Even if you don't type it, I will still repeat it again. So just type dancing. If you are able to make ballerina dance, type dancing. Okay, great. Anybody wants me to repeat? Even if nobody wants me to repeat, I'll still repeat. Great. So what we do is, how we make her dance? We make her change the costumes. How do we make her change costumes? We say when green flag is clicked, we go to, so Charan, if this is wow, you are, so the game has just begun. Wait for the time we end it. We say next costume, and we click on the green flag, and ballerina is dancing. Now there's a small problem here. To make her dance, we have to every time click on the green flag. We don't want it. We want that she should just keep dancing forever. It's a computer, it's not a human. They never get tired. So ballerina should keep dancing forever when she's told once. Now, how do we do that? Now we will turn to a slightly advanced concept of programming. Slightly advanced, very powerful, something we can't do without, called controls. So click on controls. Click on controls. Click on controls, and you have multiple controls here, and we will be going through each of them between today, tomorrow, and afterwards. We will be going through each of them. We are starting with what is called forever. It's forever loop. Whatever we put inside this block of code keeps happening forever. It keeps happening forever. Now, what we do it, we bring the next costume block of code within forever and put it here. Now, what does the program read? It says when green flag is clicked, ballerina will keep on changing costume forever. Ballerina will keep on changing costume forever. Now let's click on the green flag, and something will happen which you will not really appreciate, which is she is dancing too fast. So if you have with me, if you have done till this point, just type SFSG. So far so good. Ballerina is dancing, but she is just dancing too fast. Just type SFSG. If you are all with me, otherwise I will repeat. Okay, great. So I have this habit, I will repeat again. So we go to events. We bring in when green flag is clicked. We say forever. We go to control, bring in forever, and we go to looks and say next costume. When green flag is clicked, forever, bring next costume, and now ballerina is dancing, and she is dancing like there is no tomorrow. Now we have to tell her to just slow down a little, just wait a little. For that, we have a function called wait. So we say every time you change costume, we go to controls, and bring in the weight block. And bring in the weight block. We say every time you change costume, wait for 1 second. Every time you change costume, wait for 1 second before you change the next costume. Now we click on the green button and now she is dancing. I think she is dancing in slow motion. I think she is dancing in slow motion. So till this point, if I believe you would have put wait button here and she is dancing in slow motion. So now what do? We change this 1 second to 0.5 second. We change it to 0.5 second so that now she dances a little quickly, means she slows down a little less. So change this weight to 0.5, click on the green button, and I think now she is dancing very gracefully. With weight as 0.5 seconds, she is dancing very gracefully. If you have done this, type SFSG, so far so good, and then we move on. If you have done this, type SFSG, so far so good, and we move on. And we move on. I'm waiting for 10 seconds here. Wow. Great. Wow. Fair. So I will again repeat. So what we do is we bring in the forever code. We say forever dance. How dance? Change the costume. But since she was dancing too quickly, so we decide to put a small delay function here by making her wait for half a second between each change of costume. Between each change of costume. So this is how our ballerina is dancing forever. This is how our ballerina is dancing forever. Now we are done with this exercise. We will spend some time to see how to save and share the project. So students, very soon, you will be making projects which you will like to share with your friends. For that, it is important for you to be able to save whatever you are creating and share it. Let me show you how it is done. With me. So, just a minute. So on your screen, either you have created your login or you are yet to create your login. So if you have created your login, then your screen looks something like this. So in my screen, there is written B3 solution. In my screen, there is written B3 solution on top left corner, in top right corner. If you have not yet created your login, then your screen looks something like this. It's written sign in and join Scratch. It's written sign in and join Scratch. If it is written sign in or join Scratch, click on join Scratch and here type a username. You have to give them your real email ID, take your parents' email ID and create your login. That ways you will be able to have your own login. You will be able to create projects in Scratch and save and share them. Now, when you create your login ID is when your screen will look like this. Which means it will have your name written here on the top right corner. Once this is done, you only have to name your project anything like here. So you can call it cat dancing, whatever. And your project will be, click on enter and your project will be saved. You can then click on share button and now your project can be shared. So just click on share this URL. I'll come to it again. So right now it is shared. Let me make it unshared. So right now it is shared. Just give me a moment. So I can unshare it. So I'm repeating everything again. So once you have created your login, now if you want to save, just give a name here. And if you want to share it, click on this orange button and click on share. And click on share. So now just copy this particular URL. Just copy this, share it with your friends, and they will be able to play the game that you have created. They will be able to play the game that you have created. Okay, so this was about saving a project and sharing a project. It's important that you know how to do it. The other reason for its importance is that if you have any problem, then you can share the project with me also, and I will be able to troubleshoot by seeing what you have done. So somebody asks, when will we be able to make? So we will not be making apps here. We are making games here. First game we'll be making tomorrow. It will be a small game, but understand this is just the second day. So the idea is to learn and have fun, and we will be making games. Now again, so Charan, I will be repeating. First, you have to create a login. Click on sign in, create your login by your parents' email ID. Not your email ID, your parents' email ID. Then, whatever project you have created, you can save it by giving it a name here and clicking on the button share. So you can save it by giving any name here. It will be saved. And if you click on the button share, then you will be able to share it. You will be able to share it. You have any confusion, I'll be sharing this video with you, YouTube link after the end of class. You can go through this part again. So this was about saving your project and sharing your project. Now, before we end this class, which is another 10 minutes, we will learn one more concept. We will learn one more concept, how to ask a question from somebody. So right now we were just telling our sprites to perform for us. Now our sprites can even ask from us. How do we do that? Let's see. So what do we do? So we will make a very simple game where the cat will ask our name. We will tell her our name and she will say hello. So we bring the green flag, and then I will show you how to share this project. So we bring the green flag. After that, listen to this very carefully. We go to sensing. Sensing means any input which we want from the outside is in sensing. That input can be click of the mouse, that input can be click of keyboard. So we go to sensing and we ask a question. And we ask the question. What is that question? What's your name? So now what will happen? So Pranav, if the share button is not coming here, it is because you are yet to create your login. So once you sign in and create your login is when the share button will come there. I'll come to it in a moment. So ask what's your name. You can also change this. You can also say, hello, what's your name? You can also make it, hello, what's your name? And wait. So now when the green flag is clicked, the cat will ask, what's your name? And she will wait for the answer. Let's see. So we click on it. She says, hello, what's your name? And she waits. Now, this is very important. I'll be repeating this again. Whatever answer we type here, Whatever answer we type here, where will that answer go? That answer will go into this variable called answer. That answer will go into this variable called answer. So whatever you provide, type here, whatever answer you give to this question will go into this variable called answer. Will go into this variable called answer. Let's see how. I'm repeating again. When green flag is clicked, we go to sensing and say, what's your name? We say, hello, what's your name? So if guys you're struggling with the share button not being there, don't worry, it is because you have not created your login. I will again show you how it will come, but once we are done with this exercise. Okay, so while we are creating this exercise, let's name it. Let's name it cat asking name and press enter. So now, because I have my login by the name B3 solution, this particular exercise gets saved, cat asking name. Now it asks what's your name and waits. Now whatever answer we provide here will go into a variable called answer, and we can play with this variable. Now it's getting into serious programming. How? So whatever we type here, say I write Maninder. Type Maninder and press enter. So now this particular variable answer has a value called Maninder. If I have to check it, how do? I click on it. And this variable answer has a value called Maninder. And this particular variable. So this is the first time we are getting into an advanced concept. This is the first time we are getting into an advanced concept. Now variables is an advanced concept, but a very, very powerful concept. So this answer is now variable. This answer is now Maninder. Now I want you all to ask this question, tick on this answer, display it here, click on the green flag, put your name there, and type SFSG. On sharing, we will come later. So just create this exercise where you type in your name and your name is displayed on the screen. And your name is displayed on the screen. I'm waiting for 20 seconds here. I'm waiting for 20 seconds here. And if you have done, type SFSG. Okay. Okay, great. Great. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell repeat, and I'll love to repeat. Okay, great. Great, great, guys. Now, the last thing to be done for the day. The last thing to be done for the day, we go to looks and say bring the hello for 2 seconds, and instead of hello, inside hello, inside hello, put this answer. Put this answer, and so what will it say? Whatever is in answer. What is in answer? For me it is Maninder, for you it is your name. So it will say whatever is inside answer, it will say it for 2 seconds. Then it will again go to looks and say, it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you. And it will again say that for 2 seconds. So bring in 2 blocks of say. Bring in 2 blocks of say. In first, put your answer. Put this variable called answer, which is in sensing. And click on the green flag. Okay, what's your name? Maninder. Maninder, it was nice meeting you. So cat says this for 2 seconds. I will of course repeat. So till this point, we are all together. Now, after this, she's asking my name. So I say AAA. So now look at this variable called answer, which is displayed above here. It will become AAA. So whatever we type here, by default goes into this variable called answer. Now we will be using this variable to make cat say something. So what do we want cat to say? She will say, Maninder, whatever be the name, it was nice meeting you. So first she says the name and then she says it was nice meeting you. So we drag this hello code 2 times. We drag this say code 2 times and in the first one we put answer. What is an answer? Whatever you had put in that text box. So it will say answer for 2 seconds. Then it will say it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you. So a very relevant question, Karav. Answer is in sensing. Go to sensing. From there, drag that answer and put it inside say. I will repeat it again. Bring the say block here and go to sensing. Bring the answer here. Bring that answer here. Drag that answer and put it inside say. Put it inside say and say it was nice meeting you. Now what is the code looking like? Cat will ask us what is your name, then she will wait, then I will answer. Whatever answer I give, she will repeat the same thing for 2 seconds and she'll follow it by saying it was nice meeting you again for 2 seconds. Let's do it. What's your name? Maninder. Maninder, it was nice meeting you. So if you are with me, if you have done to this point, type SFSG. I can already see Vaibhav has done that. If you are with me or if you want to repeat, type repeat. If you want me to repeat, type repeat. Okay, Sehar, great. So Karav, how did I get AAA in the answer? By typing AAA in the text box. Okay, wow. Fair. So guys, it is just day 2. It is just day 2 and things are just warming up. They are yet to heat. Tomorrow will be third session and there we will be making the first game which you will be proud to share with your friends. And when you look back your journey, a journey which will be less than 2-hour journey, you will realize never in your life in 2 hours flat, you have taken such a giant leap in learning. And that learning will not last at 2 hours. So tomorrow is very important session. Tomorrow we will discuss, we will make one fully playable game. And second, we will see how to take this journey forward. So don't miss tomorrow's session. It is the most important session. Tomorrow we'll make one playable game and we will see how to take this journey forward. You have any doubt? You have any doubt? I'm looking at your chats. So you have any doubt? I will again repeat it. I'm here for next 5 minutes. In some time after repeating it once, I will turn off video and audio, but I'll be available on the chat. Okay. So in the meantime, you have any doubt, you please type it while I'm repeating it for Aisha and Jagrup. So guys, so what did we do? We say when the green flag is clicked, cat will ask us our name. So she'll ask, what's your name? We can change this text. We'll say, hello, what's your name? And she will wait. What is most important thing to understand here is whatever we answer here will go into this variable called answer. This is the most important part to understand here. How? Say I type ABC. Now you see answer will change here, ABC. It has become ABC. So whatever we type in the text box will go into this variable called answer. Now we just use this variable to make cat say something. How? We go to looks, we bring in this block which says say for 2 seconds. In this block, we put answer. So whatever answer we have given, she will just say that for 2 seconds. How? Hello, what's your name? Maninder. She will just say Maninder now for 2 seconds. We can also make it 5 seconds. She'll say Maninder now for 5 seconds. Or if we want it to be followed up by something else, we can say Maninder, how are you doing? Now she will say this for 2 seconds. What's her name? Maninder, for 5 seconds. How are you doing? For 2 seconds. So this is it. Now to share this code, if you are logged in, just click on this button called share. Just click on this button called share. It takes you here. Copy this URL and give it to your friends on WhatsApp, and I am sharing with you in the webinar. So just copy that. So Avni, the share is not there because you have not logged in. If you log in, the share will be there. Share button will be there. So this was today. So guys, this was today, and so tomorrow we are meeting at the same time. In next 1 or 2 hours, I'll be sharing this video with you by putting it on YouTube. And tomorrow, and by the end of day, I'll share the link for tomorrow's classroom also. It is very important to be there in tomorrow's classroom. We'll be making one proper game and we will be discussing how to take this journey forward. It was great being with you guys. I'm switching off my video and audio, but I'm here for next 5 minutes.